Shout out the Pelicans. Can we talk about this Pelicans draft? First off, Karlo Matkovic. I put this tweet out. This guy, Karlo Matkovic, he'll probably maybe be a stash for a year, but his ceiling is kind of like the Costco store brand version, which is like really the best store brand version you can get out of anywhere, of Blake Griffin. He can be like, a similar live athlete at the center position who he's a bigger Blake Griffin who's just a leaper. Dude, this guy can jump out the gym. He averaged 12 points and 6 rebounds. And I really think if he comes over to the NBA, he's going to be a guy who needs to stay a few more years overseas developing his skills. And this is a guy who dropped out of the draft for an hour and then re-enter the draft on the deadline day. And look, I think the Pelicans, they have a crowded roster, so keeping this pick overseas makes a few sense. I just had to give you guys Karlo Matkovic. And if he does not develop, he's Jan Vesley. And that's still a good player. Like, Jan Vesley could be a backup center in the NBA. He just wanted to be a superstar. And he got his wish by going back to the Euro League. But Dyson Daniels. Great pickup, guys. Great pickup with Dyson Daniels. I loved it. I dropped my pen. Dyson Daniels, he's a guy who can play point guard, shooting guard, small forward. He's 6'8". If he develops correctly, he could be, in my opinion, a combination of young Sean Livingston on the Clippers before he blew out his knees and Tyrese Halliburton, a bigger Tyrese Halliburton in the frame of Sean Livingston, and a guy who can play 1 through 3. Right now, he's a terrific defender. He's the best perimeter defender in this draft class. He's a guy who can come in and help you win day one. He handles the ball well. He'll be a backup point guard, or he could even be the starting point guard next to CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas, Jackson Hayes. And he processes the game so well. He has high-level IQ, and he's a threat right now, even though he doesn't have a jump shot. And his sheer presence on the court is incredible. And he has a really high floor. I think his floor is a combination of Sean Livingston at the beginning of his career and peak Michael Carter Williams, which is still a decent basketball player, but his ceiling is through the roof, all NBA, all defense caliber. But if that jump shot comes through, it's insane to see that his ceiling is being one of the best starting role players in the NBA. His high-level defense plus high-level passing and visual processing, along with his size and decision-making, being 6'8" with 6'11" wingspan. He's a great fit, and this team can now trade Devontae Graham, and I could just envision him and CJ McCollum on the backcourt at the end of the season if he proves he can make the open 3. I thought that was just so good. Okay, such a good pick by them. I literally had no other arguments from them. And then at 41, they came in and got the steal of the draft, EJ Liddel, 6'7", 21 years old. 2.5 walks a game. I don't know what he was doing at 41. I had a first round grade at him. I thought he was going to go between 17 and 25 in the draft. He falls to 41. Dude, he's Paul Millsap 2.0. And like Paul Millsap, he was a second round pick, and he's going to be salty. And look, people are saying that he could be a similar player to Grant Williams. I literally think he's a similar player to Paul Millsap. He's a guy who can rotate over and have a shot blocking presence. He has the strength and ability to anchor the rim and be a small ball 5. Yes, there's a little hitch in his jumper, but I think he can be good. I had a top 30 grade on this guy, and the same thing, Herb Jones, I had a top 30 grade on him last year, and I think he's another big forward, and it'll be hard time seeing floor if Zion Williamson's fully healthy, but his combination of shot blocking and perimeter adequacy will make him compete with Jackson Hayes behind Jonas Valanciunas. Okay, I really think EJ Liddel was a great pick by them. Great pick, one of the best picks in this year's draft, and I thought it was, dude, they were so smart. They not only got a guy who's going to be one of the most athletic players in Europe in Karlo Matkovic. They got themselves EJ Liddel, who's going to develop into Paul Millsap 2.0. And then they got themselves Dyson Daniels. A-. A-. Good job, Pelicans. Good job. Round of applause. I hope you guys did enjoy the video.